this is Barbara, and here we are in Cambridge, Massachusetts, talking about many things connected with the right that is given to us by the power of American Declaration of Independence, and this is the right to pursuit of happiness. But obviously we cannot have that liberty to pursue happiness if we don't have first the right of liberty and the right to life. So those three rights are extremely important. Nothing else matters. No other rights can accomplish the peaceful and joyful function if those three fundamental rights are not given priority and are not fulfilled. Right to liberty, right to life, and right to pursuit of happiness. And right to life is a very, very important right. Today, many people think that right to life means that a doctor can legally remove a fetus from a pregnant woman's body. In other words, that is connected with the fact that life will never be born. But this is a complicated life because it is connected with life of another person. So there's a lot of controversy over that issue. But in terms of right to life of a person already born, there is no controversy. We all agree that once that person is born, takes a breath, is touched, life is there, and that life needs to be shielded by the power of the right to life throughout the whole life of that person, the whole life. And we have to understand that this right to life is connected with our defense. If our defense is unable to shield us, then those who are our enemies will destroy that life. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about defense, and because it's from the point of view of musical therapy, let's watch Sabaton Winged Hussars. Hussars were military of Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth when it was a royal commonwealth for hundreds and hundreds of years, but it was a union of two nations. And that idea of union of at least two nations or maybe more then became the foundation for the concept of the Soviet Union, union of many republics that were from diverse nations. So we have to understand the traditions of power and defense from that part of the world, because today there is a lot of misunderstanding about the meaning and nature and context of the word union in the relationships between diverse countries of East Central Europe and Russia. Russia is partly Europe too, as many of you who have good grades from geography notice on the map. So to exclude Russia from Europe ignores also the Hussar military tradition, and it is a form of ignorance that should be given a grade F, because Russia spans Asia but also Europe. And it's very strange how many people avoid talking about it and now focus on the meaning of union in the context of European Union. And European Union is partly connected with unifying aspects of Western Europe during Cold War, and then partly through the unification processes between East Germany and West Germany that happened very recently in '89, and eventually by adding many countries from East Central Europe to itself, Poland and Hungary and many other East European countries. So we have that concept of union constantly present in the European geography, and sometimes Russia is in, sometimes Russia is out, but Russia really cannot be out because it really is part of the heritage, and Western Europe cannot be ignored either because it is part of European heritage from the point of view of Christianity and the power of Rome and Constantinople, and that military tradition is something that every generation inherits. So let's watch this song because it's really wonderful. Just before we continue, Winged Stars was part of the royal military in Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, but they had soldiers from diverse countries, and the root of hussars is from Roman Empire, from Constantinople, and this military was under power of the Holy Spirit. Now, you have to understand that the power of the Holy Spirit means the underlying commanding spirit. But who is member of military is decided by regular decision making, regular sinners, regular participants of the military. In the context of teaching of the Spirit of God, Christianity is different than other religions because it has forgiveness. In other words, sinners are accepted as they are so long as they live, because sometimes they don't understand the meaning of God until their last breath in their lives. So the context of thinking about militaries in Christianity under Christian crown tradition, but also in Israel. Israel has a very similar idea about military. It is given by God, but it doesn't mean everybody in the Israeli military is a holy saint. It means simply that God is the one who is the boss. And that means God is love. So soldiers are treated in a very loving way. And that was the idea for Hussar military. It was a platform run by the Holy Spirit, but all kinds of people are accepted so long as they could fight and win. It's a very similar idea like we have today in internet. It's a big platform and everybody is accepted so long as they know the basic ways of electronics. So listen to this because it's a very interesting part of European tradition. Okay. Okay, here it is. I got the right channel, and listen. Isn't it an amazing history lesson? And we really need history lesson. We know where we come from, because if we don't know where we come from, then those who are against us use this as a weakness to conquer us. And we don't want to be conquered. We want to be conquerors. And I'd like also to show you another song from Sabaton. It's a group that has amazing gift for teaching difficult lessons from history. There's gazillions of their videos on YouTube. I encourage you to watch them. So I wanted you to see a song that they they were singing in Warsaw, and it is a song about Warsaw Uprising. Warsaw Uprising was a very difficult event during World War II. It was in 1944, and the whole city decided to rise up against occupying forces, and about 200,000 people perished. They died horribly. Many poets and lawyers and doctors, the whole elite of the capital city of Poland, and yet in that loss was victory, because that uprising broke the spirit of Hitler and the spirit of Berlin. And literally within a few months, Nazi Germany started collapsing, and May 5th, 1945 was the end of World War II. So it was an uprising that is almost like the cross, not almost, it is the cross of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, in which the whole city was crucified, and then there was the resurrection of victory. And that's the power of Christianity, and that's the power of Israel. God is there. So it's best to make peace with Christian nations and with Israel, because then there is continuity and long-term joy and happiness and lasting peace. War with Christians and Jews may bring in some immediate initial benefit, but in the long run it's always a loss unworthy of that fight. So I encourage all of you all over the world to reach out to Christians and Jews and start signing peace treaties. Because if we have those peace treaties, it would be best for people from all religions. But if God feels that Christians and Israel are under attack, God will war to defend Christians and Israel. It's a spiritual law. So let's listen to this as we ponder the other side of this spiritual law is when everybody blesses Christians and Jews, God blesses everybody. And if there is peace coming from within Israel and from within Christianity, God blesses that too. So let's listen to this amazing song from Warsaw. Let's do it again. Okay. is really amazing song, and I just wanted you to know about this because there's something happening in the culture that is bad. Because when a person wants to achieve something, an accusation is made, and this whatever was or is desired is taken by force by courts and security, and that is not peaceful way. Peaceful way is to first of all have righteousness within, and then to defend what you have. So the right way is to be focused on what you have rather than on what another person has or another country has, and then trying to use courts to take it. And that starts spiral of attack on speech. And when a person or an organization or a country knows the roots of their righteous heritage, then they defend themselves, including military and police defense. So courts should be used only to determine conflict between the righteous owner and whoever is attacking the righteous owner. But courts should not be used as weapons to take over properties of other countries, because the ordinary way of life expects that courts are institutions of justice. So when courts become unjust and give unjust verdicts, the society becomes filled with rage and wrath. And that's what we have today. So let's allow God in our lives to organize everything in a way in which peace prevails, and that we can continue our lives in peace and right to life.